Alright, so we're back on the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I composited rain inside of this shot in After Effects. This is going to be a quick little breakdown, a technique I think you guys can use in a lot of things, and it's how you create depth with trying to blend in the rain. When we shot for this music video, there was a bit of an inconsistency with how much rain was coming down, so I knew I needed to fix this by doing it in post. So I'm just going to show you guys a breakdown, the technique I used, and how you can incorporate this into something that you're doing. You can use any rain asset you want to, so just remember that. But I'll put a link to some of the footage down below so that you guys can try it out yourself. But let's get straight into this. So already, as you can see, I 3D tracked the shot over here. So I'm just going to find some markers inside the scene that'll work. So something like that. And I want to put the rain somewhere where it's sitting more with the background. So we'll use this one over here, for instance, create another solid. And for this one back here, I'm just going to rename this BG for background. And then we're going to rename this one FG for foreground. So I'm just going to disable these two clips because I really don't need them there. These are just for the position that we need for the 3D track data. So now I'm going to go into my assets over here, and I definitely think I used this one over here, torrential rain. I believe I did use this one, but regardless, it looks really good. So like I said, you could use any rain asset that you want to, but we're going to bring this into the composition over here. And we are going to take the position data from the background over here, copy that. But first, we're going to make this a 3D layer. So we'll go to toggle switches if you don't see it, make it 3D. And we're just going to copy this over here, the position data, and we're going to paste it on this part here. We're going to press scale, and we're going to scale it up until it fits this whole frame over here, and just reposition it till it covers this whole entire frame. So maybe something like this. Maybe we can bring this down a bit actually, and I'm just going to change this to quarter view actually, and we're just going to scroll through to make sure it fills up the whole entire screen, which it does. So that looks good. And we're just going to change the screen blending mode to screen over here. And as you can see, we have the rain inside the shot, but this just does not blend really well into the scene. And the reason this is because it's too well lit in every area. So I'm going to show you how I blend this in, and we're going to create a matte using the luminance values to make the rain only show up inside of the brightest parts of the channel. Because naturally what happens with rain is that you're going to be able to see it where the light emits because it reflects it the most, and it should become less visible where it's darker inside of those areas. So like I said, we'll show you how we're going to do that now. So I'm going to disable this rain layer over here. We're going to duplicate the base. We're going to solo this clip over here. And then we're going to add a fast box blur to the footage. And then we're just going to increase that blur radius quite a bit, maybe to something around over here. And this is just going to help spread out the brighter parts of the channel to make the fall off of the rain look more natural. And then we're going to add a curves effect to this. And we're just going to crush these shadows a bit more. And then we're going to pull up the highlights just to make it a lot brighter. And as you can see, this is what's going to drive the luma matte for the rain to be appearing where we want it to. So I'm just going to rename this luma matte over here just so that we're staying a little more organized. And then we're going to enable that rain clip we have, and then we're going to solo this so that we only have these two channels showing. And as you can see, this really doesn't look good, but what we're going to do is we're going to use this with a luma matte from that layer we just created. So we're going to go to here where it says matte, and we're going to select that luma matte we made, and we're going to change this to a luma matte by clicking this over here. And as you can see, the rain's only showing up at the brightest channels inside of here, and this is what's going to make it look a lot more natural on the footage. And as you can see too, where the light is inside the footage, you could see the rain showing up more where it's brightest and falling off where it's darkest, like I said we wanted. So if we unsolo both of these layers over here, you're going to be able to see that the rain's actually showing up only in these parts of the image. And if you want to get a good representation, we turn this off too, you can see what it looks like. And then if we turn it back on over here, you can see that it's actually looking a lot more realistic inside of the scene. And I really like the fall off it has over here. But what else you can do too is you can play around with the curves inside of this footage over here, and you can add some more contrast inside of the channel with the rain if you feel like it's too bright, or if you want to brighten it up, or if you want to make it darker. And you can also play with the color grade inside the footage too. So now if I disable our plate layer underneath and I make this big screen, let's just turn this up, you can see that we created a matte using the background over here, and the rain's only appearing where it's brightest inside the image. And if you want to make this pop a lot more, you can go into this layer over here and add something like an exposure effect. And if you want to, you can turn the exposure up more and it'll just get brighter and brighter and show the rain in other places inside of the image. You can play around with these settings until you find something that you really like. Playing with the gamma will just add some more contrast inside the image. But like I said, you could definitely play around with this and figure out what works best for your scene. And do remember, this is log footage. So what I'm going to do is just add a levels effect and we'll crush the blacks. And we will crush the whites over here just so we get a better, more accurate representation of what's happening inside the scene. Now for the raindrops on the floor, it was essentially the exact same thing, except for I was using the tracking data for the foreground for this one. So going back into my project, I'm gonna look for a part where it shows the rain on the floor. And this is some good footage where you see the raindrops actually falling. So I'm gonna drag and drop this inside of our footage over here. We're going to go to toggle switches and make this a 3D layer. Then I'm going to go to where it says foreground over here, press P, grab the position data, copy it, and we're going to paste it right here where the floor is. Then we're going to solo this and we're going to solo the base floor footage. We're going to press S so that we can scale this up to make sure it's covering this area over here. I think something like this should be good. And I'm just going to turn down the opacity actually, just to make sure that we're lining it up properly. As you can see, that's not exactly where we want it to be. So I'm just going to pull this up a bit to maybe something around, let's say over here, and we're just going to rotate it a bit just to line it up with the floor. Put it to around over here, maybe something around over here works. And I think that looks pretty good for what we're trying to do. And remember to change that to a screen blending mode. The only problem I'm seeing that we're having now is that this is actually going over these parts over here. So all we're going to do is grab the masking tool and we're going to find these parts of the footage. And we're just going to draw a mask all around over here, something like this, maybe something around over here. Just going to make sure that's over there. We're going to add a slight feather, maybe something around 5 or something. And we're just going to turn this off for a second. So we need to put another mask over here. So what we're going to do is go like this, something like that. And then this mask over here, we're going to put it to subtract. And again, we're just going to add a bit of a feather to it. And if we hit the play button, you can see that the rain is actually going all the way into the background. That's kind of what we want done. You could also mesh warp this too, but it just depends on what you're trying to do. I feel like this is looking a bit too sharp for the footage. So we're going to add a fast box blur to this footage over here. We're just going to put it to around maybe like 2 or something like that, because we want it to be very subtle. We want it to be obvious because there's some of it happening inside the footage. And then we're going to use this same luma matte as a matte for these raindrops too. So we're going to go to matte. We're going to go to where it says luma matte. We're going to use that one and we're going to change it to luminance. And this is going to help it blend in a lot more into the footage, making it look a hell of a lot more natural as the rain's hitting the floor. And now if I just solo both of these layers and turn them on, I'll put this to full screen and you can see this is what it looks like when the rain is using the luminance channels only to show itself at the brightest parts of the image, and this really helps it blend in a lot into your footage. I hope this trick helps you guys out whenever you're trying to composite rain or other effects using a similar technique to this. But that's it for this tutorial. Footage is down below. Comment down below if this helped you guys out, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.